on, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to KGX to the Z TV. 3-point collectors, clean sheet. Chelsea 3, Aston Villa nil, and a convincing, deserved win. Didn't have to do too much defensively. The attack carried us. Midfield was excellent. Defenders were excellent. Attackers were very good. Substitutions were good. Just overall, just buzzing, right? 3 points. We know Aston Villa is a good side. We've seen their form in the Champions League. They're a little bit down in this in the Prem this year, which is to be expected for a club just like Newcastle did last year when they made their first trip back to the Champions League in like 20 years. Hard to juggle, right? And Villa's got a decent sized squad, but obviously don't have the quality and the depth that some of the big boys do, including us. And it kind of shone through. And like I said, we dominated them from the start, right? We were on them. We got on the score sheet early, but even before we get to that, let's just talk about the lineups, right? So Sanchez in goal, no Gusto at right back, still kind of getting back slowly from his illness and from a little knock, and then we went with Fofana, Colwell, and then Cucurella. So it looked to be like a back three in defense, three midfielders, right? So that was a little bit different. We haven't seen Enzo, Caicedo, and Lavia all together at the same time from the start. And then left-hand side, we had Sancho. So Sancho made his second start in the row, started in the Conference League. So nice to see him get some more minutes under his leg. Thought he could have done better in this match. Had a couple opportunities. And with Sancho, for me, my thing with him is be dangerous, right? We know that you can progress the ball through your carrying. We know that you eat up yards on that side, sort of like a Grealish does, where doesn't have the greatest pace, but he's very quick, very good change of direction, very good feet, can take you inside, can take you outside. But he needs to just be a little bit more of a goal threat, right? So shout out to Sancho, sort of getting better, getting his legs back. Cole Palmer in the 10, Nico up top, and then on the right side, no Madueke. Ooh, been a long day, been a long week. But right hand side was Neto, so Neto came back in for Madueke for his first start since coming back from injury, from the knock, I think the kick that he got. Portugal in the last Nations League, international sort of weekend, international kind of break. But yeah, 3 points from the start. Very good performance. Sanchez, amazing in goal today. Had a couple of saves, especially the one on Watkins in the first half where Fofana kind of stepped on the ball a little bit, lost it, fell right to Watkins. Watkins probably could have squared it, but no goal scorer is squaring it. No real number 9 is squaring it in that position. He took it on. Sanchez got down to it, saved it. But even before that, we get up through a Nico Jackson goal, and Nico's just been on fire, just been really good. One of the best strikers in the league this year. If you're looking at terms of goal return, G&A, just overall performances, we know that he's got the link-up play. We know he's got the pace. We know he's got the relentless running of the channels and things like that. But just, it's nice to see the finishing sort of come, and credit to Nico because it looks like he's worked on that finishing. But Nico gets on the score sheet, deserved goal again, and we were comfortable, right? The theme of today is just really just comfortable for us, right? Never really felt like Villa was going to pose too much of a concern, right? They had some extremely shaky moments. Villa playing out the back. I mean, we had an indirect free kick. I haven't seen an indirect free kick in a while for us. That sort of a back pass from Pau Torres to Emi Martinez. I think Martinez ended up hurting himself on that too, because I think he got his hand got stamped on because he had to come off. But even before that, Martinez was looking very shaky in goal with the ball at his feet. We know he's going to pull off some good saves. He is a top keeper. But yeah, just very comfortable. The press was good. The team was organized. The midfield was good. The setup was good. Maresca had a new tactical tweak. We've seen a little hint of it before, where Caicedo sort of deputizes and goes into that back four when we're defending at right back, and then moves back into that six when we've got the ball. But he was, like I said, it was just excellent again today. Progressive passes, tackles, duels, aerial duels. Just a monster all over the pitch. Enzo Fernandez gets onto the score sheet again. I think a goal and maybe a goal and an assist. He might not have got an assist, but I think he did get a goal and an assist today. But lovely finish, kind of ball kind of set up nicely for him, and he just took it off the volley, 2-0. And then, of course, Cole Palmer. I mean, a game where Tielemans was kind of shading to his side, and we've seen teams try to mark him out of the game, but it's up to Cole to sort of find the pockets and kind of get his influence on there. We've seen him drop deep, pick the ball up, and things like that. But very just a world class goal from a player that's rapidly approaching world class status. And we know the GNA is there. We know the eye test is there. We know the tech is there, but also the intelligence, the pace. This one was really nice because it came off of a free kick that you would have thought that he might have had to go given his ability to sort of hit a few over the last 18 months. And instead he played it out wide to Madueke. Madueke kind of held it up a little bit. Palmer kind of read the situation, took advantage of the space that he saw in front of him, got the ball, had the strength, had the composure to hold him off, and then just curled it right into the top bins. And seeing it live just didn't really do it justice, right? Because when you see it live, it's like shock factor. But then when you see it on replay and you see the pace that it's going at, and you see the goalkeeper. I can't remember who their backup was, but goalkeeper just rooted to the spot as the ball flies in. He doesn't have a chance, and there's nothing that he can do when you hit the ball that well. Had another shot that went right outside the post that was pretty good. Had a couple tame efforts too, but just a incredible performance. If you look at the one negative from it, it's obviously Fofana, right? We've seen Fofana done his hamstring. Seen that he posted on IG saying it's a muscle tweak. It's not too bad. He was able to walk off under his own power. But anytime a player that's had the injury history that Fofana has had picks up an injury like that, and we know a lot of it is because of just compensation, right, for his knee. We know that Maresca said that he probably can't play more than one match a week. It's unfortunate, but shout out to Badiashile. Another really good performance. Kind of came in, and I know folks like myself were sort of surprised, right? Because I thought, all right, he's probably going to favor Tosin, right? Because they had Duran on at that time. They had Watkins on at that time. So those are two folks that are pretty decent in the air. And Leon Bailey came on. We know he's a pretty good crosser of the ball. McGinn has got a pretty decent cross on him. And he brought him on, and Badiashile, when he's locked in, when he's focused, when he's concentrating and his concentration levels are up, we know he's a very, very promising and very talented young center back. With him, just like a lot of our other players, it's just about consistency. It's about maintaining that level and not dropping those concentration levels, and making sure that he's communicating, making sure that he's talking. So a far cry from what we saw from Badiashile in the preseason, that Newcastle away match in the Carabao Cup and things like that. So shout out to Badiashile. It's never easy coming on as a defender into a match, especially when you're coming on and you're trying to kind of keep hold on to that clean sheet. So shout out the back line. Colwell was pretty good. Didn't have too much to do. Kukurea was fantastic again. Did a very good job on that right hand side on Bailey. When Bailey came in, had a couple 1v1s where Bailey sort of took him outside, then took him back inside, and was able to nick the ball off him. Very good breaking up play. Very good with the shithousery as usual. Happy to see, man, because that signing was looking very spooky, and still for that money, 60-some million. That's still like a lot of money for a left back, but he's come on leaps and bounds since Poch sort of moved him into that inverted role last year. Still not the greatest going forward, but he's pretty decent with cutbacks and things like that. So like I said, shout out to them. Midfield, Enzo, another fantastic performance. He's really starting to pick up form since his unfortunate divorce, or maybe fortunate for him. But Caicedo strong again. Lavia out of the three wasn't bad, but was quiet. Was the more quiet of the three. But this was an interesting one, right? Because we had Sancho, we had Neto, and they weren't bad. Sancho had a couple shots. Neto had a couple decent crosses coming in. Had a pretty tame shot on when he moved out to the right hand side, or when he started on that right hand side. But they weren't brilliant. They weren't great, which is um, it's a nice sign that, right, you score three goals and your wingers don't contribute too much. Madueke came on, like I said before, was a little lively, but didn't have to do too much. Nico was fantastic, and Cuckoo came on for him and was decent. Was out there hustling. Had a shot that went just wide of the post, late towards the full time whistle and things like that. So yeah, just a really good performance, and the fixtures are going to start picking up quick with not only the league matches, right? We've got Southampton midweek and then Spurs. So it's important for us in this festive period, this holiday period, for us to be picking up maximum points. And this was one of the games where you looked at and you said, all right, if we want to cement ourselves into that top four race, we're not talking title race, right? If we want to cement ourselves into that top four race, we need to be winning games like this. And going into it, I really didn't care about. I cared, always care about the performance a little bit, but you always care about more about the result and picking up the 3 points. And when we got the 3 points, got the result, and got the performance, just a fantastic overall day for us. And we move. So it'll be interesting to see, right? Because we'll probably see a little bit of rotation. We'll probably see Gusto come in for Southampton. We'll probably see maybe one of the wingers change. Maybe Madueke comes back in. So we got an opportunity to flex the depth of the squad, and to sort of kind of keep them fresh, keep the competition up, keep folks on their toes as folks start to push for more minutes in the league and things like that. So yeah, man. Overall, buzzing, buzzing. Great start to the day. Great start to the or great cap to the weekend. And yeah, yeah. Nothing else to say. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and we'll see you at the next one. Peace.